Hey, everybody. Here we are. It is Monday, the 23rd of May, 2022. It is time for a Monday memory on our mindful moment. It is a Monday mindful moment memory. Midday Monday mindful moment memory. And I just laugh. You know, if I can't laugh at myself, who can I laugh at? I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. I'm the minister here at Unity of Tucson, and this is the opportunity that we take every single weekday for some spiritual practice, to engage in some spiritual practice. And I have taken it upon myself to let Mondays be a reflection on a previous mindful moment. That's why it's being called a Monday memory. So I go into the archives of the videos and I grab one and I play it for you. But before I do that, I do want to offer my reminder, which is to say, yes, this: you are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I'm so grateful that you shine your light and share your magnificence. The other thing is, do please comment, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I ask you to comment, even though I'm not currently actually live. This is a pre-record, but I love to see the comments coming through, and always grateful to have this connection with you. So today's mindful moment, I'm going to play the video shortly, but I want to give you just a bit of a, I'm going to call it a trigger warning, because that's oftentimes what we call it on social media sites. I'm calling it a trigger warning because I do mention a shooting in this video, and I just wanted to give you fair warning. I'm not talking about it in a way that I think is going to be problematic. In fact, I'm talking about what do we do when those things happen. So without further ado, here is our mindful moment. This comes to us from late July in the year 2019. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, got to do this. Okay, see you on the other side.
I wanted to talk about a little bit today. There are some things that have been coming up, and this question has been getting asked of me a lot in the last week. And, we maintain within the New Thought philosophy a positive outlook and a positive mindset. And some people say, well, how can you experience what's happening all over the world and still maintain that positivity? How do you address what's happening in the world? How do you understand it from the positive perspective? And here's what I come up with, and this is the way that I've been answering for many years. When I observe the seeming challenges that keep showing up in the political sphere and in the social sphere and all over, let's face it, there's a lot that's going on in the world. And, like just yesterday, there was another shooting in Gilroy, California. And those things are really, I'm not going to lie, those things are really hard to see. They're really hard to see. I can't even imagine having been there and experienced it. Just being an observer of it is challenging. The things that are happening on the border, there's a big demonstration happening in El Paso, Texas today with a lot of faith leaders from all over the country to address what's happening on the southern border of the United States. And it seems like the challenges of life are getting bigger and more heavy, and it seems like we are getting to a point where we may not be able to get rid of them. So how do we address it from the New Thought perspective? How do we address it from a positive perspective? First of all, what we are being faced with is the shadow. What we are seeing is the shadow, the collective shadow. And we cannot ignore it, because here's what's happened. What's coming to the surface has been what's been underneath for a long, long time. We're simply observing it and being able to see it now. And when we see it, we need to address it. And how do we address it? We, each and every one of us, do the work and live the results. We do our own personal work in love. We do our own personal work in kindness. We each have the opportunity right now to personally stop the cycle in our own lives, allow love to lead the way, and be proactive in expressing that love, and get rid of the reactivity against those things. Because when we approach with love, rather than fighting against what is, we are, like I said last week, standing for something. So that's really the case. That's really what I am interested in doing. And that's why I am able to keep this positive mindset, because I know that when we see the shadow, which we are seeing, we get to do something about it. We are put into an infinite place of choice around how we move forth, not from reaction, but in a place of proaction. So I invite each and every one of us to be proactive today in our stance for love, in our stance for kindness, in our stance for what is the most productive and forward-moving evolutionary practice we can all engage in. That's what I want to do today. I stand today for a love revolution. So if you're in a place where you can close your eyes and it's comfortable for you to do so, just let yourself have the luxury of that moment. Just take it all in right now, this energy of love revolution. And so with your eyes closed, if that's comfortable, allow yourself to take in a breath. Breathe in the love and breathe out the love, and recognize that we are all in this infinite circulation of love. Breathe it in and breathe it out again. One more time. Centering ourselves right here and right now in this place, in this awareness, in this perfection. I allow my own mind to center on this notion, on this very fact, that there is one power, there is one energy, there is one presence, there is one thing from which all creation springs forth, and all creation is part of this infinite wholeness. There is absolutely nothing separate from it. There's only the energy of creation that is rooted in love, because it is love. Love is the most creative impulse that exists, because it is the only impulse that exists. And I choose in this moment, right here and right now, to utilize love to create that revolution for loving kindness in this world. I trust right here and right now and know that all of my activity is rooted in love. And that this is how I choose to be in the world. And so this loving energy expands beyond my physical beingness, and it informs everyone around me. And as everyone around me takes on this loving action, this love revolution, this love activity, it expands beyond their physical beingness and expands to people in their sphere. And that sphere expands to the next sphere, and we create a ripple effect of love throughout this entire planet and beyond. We create that ripple effect of love throughout the universe. This is the love revolution that I stand for right here and right now. I know that each and every one of us is engaged right now in this place of loving kindness. I relax into this and trust in this, because I know that my word is a word of power, backed by the infinite creation and creator, of which I am a perfect expression, example, and a part of it all. All that I am is this divine creative power, and all that this divine creative power is flowing forth through me, by means of me, and everyone I encounter, each and every one of us, perfect expressions of love in this world right now. So trusting this, knowing this, and allowing this with deep gratitude in my heart for this knowledge, for this word, for this power, for this love. I am in gratitude at all times, and I live my life from the point of view of love and gratitude, and always flowing forth in good, in the constructive nature of this creative power. And so I simply allow it to unfold easily, effortlessly, and gracefully. I know that where my thought goes, my life flows. And so I allow it to flow forth with love, with kindness, and with the good always at its core. I trust this, I know this, and I simply breathe into this. And in this allowance, in this knowing, I simply let it be. I trust, and I let it unfold. And so it is.
Well, that was something that I actually needed to hear today, and always grateful to have these reminders. Spiritual truth is always spiritual truth. And I think about my relationship to that video, which was almost 3 years ago. And, I actually started to think, wow, sometimes it seems like we've gotten nowhere. And that can be challenging, right? It can certainly feel challenging to feel like, oh gosh, we've gotten nowhere in these years. And yet, truth is, we have, because God's nature is constructive. It's constructive, and we continue to move forward. That is our work. The other thing that I was really thinking about is, our work is to shine the light, to be the point of view of belief, of faith, that there is a different way. And why this comes up for me is because oftentimes we can see those things in the shadow world, and we take them on, and we begin to believe that they are the truth. And seeing is not believing. Believing is seeing. So our work is to address our beliefs and to let go of those things. And so that's what I took from today's mindful moment memory. Believing is seeing. So if we see the shadow, check in on the belief, shift the belief, and you shine light on the shadow. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to connect. I'm so grateful for this connection every single weekday as we continue in this exploration of this thing called spiritual practice. I say every single time that the engagement of spiritual practice on a consistent and regular basis has made my life better. And so that's why I keep doing it, because it makes my life better every single day. Always grateful to share this time with you. Do please continue to comment, like, share, follow, all those good things that we do on social media. The other thing is, join me tomorrow, Tuesday. I am back live this week. I know last week I did a lot of pre-records because I had out-of-town guests, so I was doing a bit of a staycation. But I am back live tomorrow, Tuesday, the 24th of May. And we'll get to do some interaction through the chat function as well. Deeply grateful for you, deeply grateful for this connection, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Peace and blessings to you. Namaste.